So whenever you say, buddy.
Right then, Cain Velasquez, welcome to London. Have you ever been before?
No, first time.
How did you find it? You're on the bus tour this morning. I saw you poking your head up to the top deck every now and again.
Yeah, no, it was cool. Just looking at the buildings and the architecture is something different than obviously what I'm used to or what I've seen. But no, it's for me. I've always wanted to come here and visit, so it was just kind of cool to see everything.
And I took you around all the sites as well. You had the big sort of photo opportunity at Trafalgar Square when everyone was freezing, right?
Yeah. No, that was cool to see everybody there. It's a little cold, but you know what? It's all good. Yeah.
How are you enjoying being back with the WWE fold? Obviously, you did a lot of this, the media appearances and everything like that before the Crown Jewel event. Now you're back here again, doing the run again. How is it to be back around the old gang?
It feels great. Just getting to know everyone, from the wrestlers, from just the whole organization. I feel like when I came into it, I've always had to match my skills to where I'm at, So that's obviously something that I'm always learning and always trying to put together.
You grew up as a big professional wrestling fan. Obviously, your amateur pedigree is known to everyone, but you grew up a huge professional wrestling fan, didn't you?
I watched a lot of it first. First I watched Lucha. My first experience to pro wrestling at all was Lucha, and then got into the WWE from there, and then became a fan again just recently, a couple years ago. A buddy of mine, teammate Daniel Cormier, we went to a Elimination Chambers match where Ronda was at. So we watched that, and man, we were like kids again. We were like talking trash. We were in the front row, like talking trash, just really into everything that's going on and just loving it. And I just thought, why not, And
then you went for a go as being a luchador first, didn't you?
Yeah.
How was that experience? That was down in Mexico, wasn't it?
It was. I did the AAA show in Mexico City. Just the timing for that just worked out where it was a big show. It was happening in Mexico City. And I just wanted to get my feet wet, And for my first time, loving pro wrestling was because of Lucha, and to do it first was awesome as well.
And then as a fan of luchador and pro wrestling, to hang out with Rey Mysterio, kind of like I would say in the mainstream, probably the most popular luchador of all time.
Yes, amazing.
Quite an honor.
Yes, it is. For me, what makes it just full circle is obviously watching his career and how much of a badass and how great he is out there when he does this thing, and being able to meet him, talk to him, and that good person that he is, it translates from what he's doing in the ring to what he is as a person. So to me, it was just again, like you said, like it's an honor. Did
he help you along the way with the process? Obviously, there's so many things you have to learn going into WWE that's so different from any other. Obviously, you're used to fight sports yourself.
Yes.
There's so many extra things you have to learn. Did he help you along the way with those?
He's still helping me. He's still, yes. For me, I'm never gonna when I'm in something, like I'm never gonna stop learning. So that's what I got to keep doing. And again, blessed just to have Ray there and being able to talk to him as well. Yeah.
Is he one of those that every time you think you've done a really good job, he'll come and say, "Do you know what? You could have, great job, but you could have done that better."
He'll say, "Hey, let's watch the film, okay? And but later." Like, okay, Ray.
Is he a patient teacher?
Yes, he is. No, he's dude. Like talking to him, he's amazing. Yeah, he's just the most. This is like for a man, like to be sweet. Like he's just the sweetest man. You know what I mean? That's so just super cool.
It's always useful for people in your position. People have made that crossover before the boxing or the UFC into WWE, and it is always useful to have that position as people knowing you're like legitimately terrifying in a ring.
Yeah.
How did you feel it's the best way of showing that when you got into the WWE ring?
Best way of showing that, I guess more so just be myself, I'm not really finding like a different person, or I'm not really amping up my personality because people know me. from the fight game. And I think of this, or I think as my opponent, obviously, as a guy I have to fight. And for me to fight, I'm different than other fighters. My mentality is different when I'm out there. It's more of like win at all costs. I kind of have to put myself in like it's going to be a physical fight in order to get those emotions out, towards my opponent.
Did it help that you could show those emotions and the guy you were facing off with in all the build-up and obviously the match itself was a man that you'd fought before in UFC? Did it make it easier to go back into that kind of emotional fight mode?
Mm-hmm. It did, because the history and just seeing him, and the only time I've ever seen him, as a physical person would be when I fought him, So all those feelings of, fighting and going out there and beating him, and I still get those same feelings now. Yeah, he was or still is, an adversary of mine and an opponent that I'm gonna work my ass off to beat.
So there's another one coming.
I'll never stop fighting until, I go out there and win.
And it's probably important to mention that Brock Lesnar has entered himself into the Royal Rumble, an event that's coming up soon. Mm-hmm. Have you got your eyes on that now? A bit of revenge, maybe?
I would love that, yeah.
What would you do to have you got in there?
Just, on the feet, MMA, but also throwing anything that I can, because I believe this is another evolution of mixed martial arts. Now you're throwing in some, pro wrestling, using the ring against your opponent.
How was it when you made your entrance for the first time at Crown Jewel in that huge stadium? Obviously, it wasn't the first time you come to the ring, but the first time in an event of that size. As a boyhood WWE fan, a boyhood wrestling fan, to get the music and the pyro and the lights and everything like that. Yeah. How was that?
It's great. It's just an amazing feeling to go out there. When I played football in high school, American football, our high school team we were the Kings, and when we came out of this castle, it dropped down, we had a door drop down, and we had fireworks. And
how old were you for this?
High school.
A high school.
So
pretty impressive.
Yeah. So so as far as the state of Arizona, we have the best entrance. And I remember talking to other people that I played against. They were like, "Man, when you guys came out, I got so pumped." That's the same feeling.
Are you excited to be involved with the WWE again at this time of year? This is sort of the build up to WrestleMania, isn't it? Mm-hmm. They always call Royal Rumble the start of the road to WrestleMania. Can you sense when you talk to the other superstars that kind of atmosphere that people are starting to get to their A game and get their most competitive?
I can see that, yeah. I think watching some of the other wrestlers do their interviews, you can see how much of importance this is, and the lead up to WrestleMania, as far as what they say and just how they say it and how their demeanor changes. They're a little more competitive. Yes.
Does it put extra pressure on you knowing that they're all up in their game and you're relatively new to their game?
Yes.
Does it put huge pressure on you to perform and become the best that you can be in this field?
It should, but it's not. It's not putting pressure on me. Just because for fighting, I know what I have to do. In this, I know what I have to do when I go out there, Yeah. I know all the skills, as far as fighting goes. So the pressure won't be there until I'm there the week of, and it all makes sense. But right now, just kind of getting ready for that, yeah.
Talking about the Royal Rumble coming up, do you have any defining memories watching the Royal Rumble when you were younger?
Andre the Giant, yeah.
The one in particular
in the
you
Royal
remember?
Rumble, yes. Yeah. That when I think of it, I guess that's the one I always think of. Would be that one, and obviously they've shown that. I've seen that a lot, on TV as well. Yeah. It's
a funny event, the Royal Rumble, isn't it? Because WrestleMania is obviously the biggest event in the WWE calendar, but the one that people I think get almost most excited for, because it's the one that everybody knows. Everybody knows what a Royal Rumble match is, right?
Yes.
It is kind of the one that everyone gets most excited for, isn't it?
Yeah, and I can see why. You know, it's a lot of people are there. Anything can happen, like sort of thing. It is very, for me, that's a match that is very interesting as well, yeah.
When you say anything can happen, how do you find the world of WWE where anything can happen? You never know where you're going in the next couple of weeks compared to UFC where 2 months out, okay, I've got this fight, I'm fighting this guy, I'm doing this, I go into this training camp. Now it's, who knows?
Well, even with the UFC, like things changed all the time. So I guess that helped prepare me, but also in this, yes, in WWE, like anything can happen. So it just kind of gets you ready for life, you know? Like anything can happen in life and you just have to be ready for it. Just don't think that it's going to go this way, you know? Things may come in and change it, but you just have to be ready and you just have to do your best.
And then, just lastly, but what is the best piece of advice that Rey Mysterio has given you?
Just have fun. Just go out there and have fun. You know, being kids watching this, you know, doing it with our friends, like make believe, or you know, just doing what we've seen, you know, on TV as a kid. Like now we get to do it, like all grown up. Like go out there and have fun, man. Hell yeah.